What is up, guys? Today is July 7th, 2015, and today I have something extremely awesome to show you guys. So, for those of you who may be subscribed to my radio videos, I know you guys will love this. Check it out. That's right. I got a new radio here. This is my new Kenwood NEXEDGE NX-800 two-way transceiver. Now, this thing is absolutely awesome. This thing is absolutely packed with features. I'm not sure if this is Kenwood's most recent model. I don't think it is, but this is, it does have all their newest technology. It's got the NXDN trunking on it, FleetSync 2. It's got all that, all those special features in it, and it's just packed. It takes so long to go over every single feature on this thing. And to be honest, I got this thing as an early birthday present. Now, my birthday is on July 22nd. And today is July 7th, and the reason why I got this so early is because I was searching on eBay a few weeks ago. I was going to see about getting one of these things for my birthday, but I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to find one for a good price by my birthday. And anyway, I was on eBay a couple weeks ago, and I saw this thing, and the seller said it was like brand new. It was brand new in box. Everything in it was brand new. All the components, and it even came with an optional antenna kit, which was also brand new, for only $300. Which $300 for this particular model with the with everything brand new in the antenna kit is an absolute steal. There were 8 other watchers on it, and I felt like it was going to be gone by my birthday because it would, you know, these models are going like hotcakes on eBay. So it definitely would have been gone by my birthday, I feel. So I convinced my dad to let me buy it early. So, you know, I won't have anything to open on July 22nd now, but, you know, I'll just enjoy it that much more on that day, right? But anyway, this is my early birthday presents. It's, I don't have any complaints with it so far. Again, I do have a few little complaints with it, but I'll get into that in just a minute. Now, the reason why I've, you know, gotten into this particular model so much is because ever since my school bus company, or like last year, when I got into high school, when my school district switched bus companies, and I started to ride on their buses, they use these NX-800s on some of their buses. Now, the bus that I ride has got a TK8180 in it, which is basically the same thing as this, except it doesn't have the NXDN trunking on it. But they're basically the same radio. Then I started, after we got some substitute buses, after our bus broke down a few times, I did see some of the buses which had these NX-800s in them. And I really got to like their operation and stuff, and the sounds they made and stuff, and just how cool they were. So I just really, I pretty much fell in love with these transceivers, and that made me want to get one really bad. So that pretty much explains that. Now, I've got this set up. I got it out of the box, set up. It's got the standard KMC-35 microphone that comes with it, and the antenna I got with it actually was not complete, so I'm actually borrowing the antenna for my Kenwood TK862G. Just so you guys know, this is going to be staying. I'm not going to be getting rid of this. It's going to be staying just where it is. It used to be right here. Moved it over a little bit. Because I'm going to be starting to try to see about getting my ham radio license pretty soon, and this will be, I will use this as, I will use this on the ham frequencies so I can talk on those, and this will be used for the local school bus companies because they use the FleetSync and the FleetSync signaling and stuff. So I'll be able to get all the special features to scan them, and like plus the people at the local school bus base, the Illinois Central base in like West Chicago. I've gotten to know my bus driver. I've gotten to know the dispatchers there, and they've always give me shout outs on the radio, and they always they've given me permission to call in several times on my TK862G, so they definitely do trust me on their frequency, which is a good feeling. So now the explanation's over. Let's go ahead and power this thing on, and I'll explain a few things to you guys. Say hi to my cat. I'll switch the power supply on, and as you guys can see, it powered on. This one should have powered on too. I'm not sure why it didn't, but it does work. So here's the radio turned on, and as you guys can see, I've got the time set. It is displaying the time, which is currently 1:33. Now, the thing I do not like about this too much is that it does go by the military time, which I'm like really bad at converting standard or 12-hour format to 24-hour format. So it is a little bit tough for me to do that sometimes, but that's okay. So you guys can see that the first thing you guys are probably noticing is that this thing is not brand new. You know, I'm not sure if I told you this yet. I do not have the software yet. I do not have the programming software yet. I do not have the programming cable yet, and I'm still going to order the adhesive clip so I can mount the KMC35 to the wall. Or I can have the clip there, take it off the clip, just like the KMC27. But you guys will notice this thing is not brand new. The first thing it should say when I turn the radio on is the word unprogrammed, indicating that it does not have anything programmed into it. Now, I bought this from a seller in Wisconsin, and when I first, let's go ahead and power the radio off and back on. You guys will be able to see the power on text that is set on it. Let's turn it on. You can see it says the words like Grand Prairie on there. And when I first powered that on, I was like, geez, those words sound pretty familiar to me. Now, at the time I got the radio, I did not have the time set yet, so it actually said the name of the channel it was on. So to see the name of the channel, I'm just going to scroll channels. And it says 1 GPT Elk Grove on it. Now, the words Grand Prairie and like Elk Grove sounded very familiar to me. And after I did some researching, I actually discovered that this is set on the Grand Prairie Transit. This is set to the Grand Prairie Transit Special Education School Bus Company in Elk Grove Village, Illinois, which is about half an hour from me, and that's why the name sounds familiar to me. I've seen their buses before out in the DuPage County area. Now, how this thing got to Wisconsin, got put in a brand new box, with the Illinois frequent with it set to a school bus company that's half an hour from me, I have no idea. This is definitely a really strange story with this thing. So it is definitely not brand new, but I'm still not complaining. I just think it's kind of, you know, it's like such a small like world that, you know, this thing is set to a school bus company. It's only half an hour from here when I got it from Wisconsin. So the radio is currently, you know, obviously I can't do too much with the radio now. The thing about this is, the school bus company that this is set to is still very active, so you can still hear chatter on their frequency. However, they have since changed their frequency so it has like no PL tone. This thing does have a PL tone set, or a DCS tone set. So it is the radio is squelching out all the chatter when someone does talk on it. So that if someone is talking and the green LED comes on, I have to hold the monitor button to listen to what they're saying. I must have the volume turning. Oh, that's weird. There we go. I have to hold the monitor button to hear what they're saying, and you guys will see every 10 seconds or hear the green LED flashes, and what that is, I'm pretty sure, is a like data burst from the repeater that the radio is squelching out because it's not the correct tone. This is according to my scanner when I keyed it up. This is set to a DCS tone of 223, which is not the correct DCS tone. It's not the correct tone because the company stopped using tones, according to what I'm picking up on my scanner. So, just really quickly, you know, I'm just making the video before I get the programming software. The programming software and cable are supposed to come this week. I'm sorry, I just turned on my scanner. I'm trying to turn down the volume on it. The programming software and the cable are supposed to be here this week, and I just wanted to get the video just to show its operation before I do change it. This thing, I'm not sure what mode this thing is currently operating on. I'm not sure if it's NXDN, Fleet Sync, what it's operating. All I do know is that it does have a talk permit tone when you key up the mic. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do a few test transmits here, and I'll go ahead and explain it a little bit more. Legally, I should not be transmitting on their frequency since it's still set, but you know what are you going to do? And I'm going to go ahead and put the scanner on close call here. I got my Uniden BCD436HP, which I will put on close call so you guys can see what it's putting out, and you guys will be able to hear the audio. So, scanner's on close call, and I'm going to go ahead and put it behind me. And when I key up the mic, you're going to hear a talk permit tone. It's like one of the talk permit tones that's built into the radio, and it's going to sound when I key up the mic. So let's go ahead and do a test on the repeater first. You're going to notice that after I let go of after I unkey the mic, the green LED is going to come on for a few seconds, indicating that the repeater is feeding back at me. So let's go ahead and do this. So the first sound that you see, there's the repeater feeding back at me. Now you just heard the radio. The beep sound that you heard was the radio's talk permit tone. Then the second beep you heard in the background was the beep I programmed into my scanner for close call. So I'm not going to transmit on the repeater frequency anymore. I'm going to go to the company's talk around frequency, which is channel 2. You can see TA for talk around. And I'm going to go ahead and talk into the mic on this one. So here we go. Radio check 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. So there's that. Let's go ahead and take a listen on the scanner. I'm going to go into replay mode on my scanner. Take a listen. You guys can see the radio's using a tone of DCS223.
1-2-3-4-4-3-2-1.
And it's transmitting on 463.6250 megahertz. So there's that. Now that's how the radio is currently set, except I'm going to be completely changing the programming on this. Like I said, I'm going to be programming this to the Illinois Central school bus base here in like West Chicago, a few towns over from me. And how it's going to be set is their radios operate. Some of their radios have the FleetSync signaling on them. They either use NXDN or FleetSync. I'm not sure yet, but they use signaling on their radios to where in some of the buses, only in some of the buses with the radios that are programmed to do it, if a different radio calls in and the other radio hears it with the same signaling set, the LED will flash orange and the radio will make a tone. Then you'll hear the talking. So that's what I'm going to try to get on here. That's definitely what I'm going to program this thing to. And so, yeah. That's how I'm going to be programming it too. I'm going to change the talk permit tone on it. You guys can tell that it's just a plain out talk permit tone. I think that's what that feature is called. It is not a FleetSync ID side tone because the radio is not sending any data. If the radio was sending like data to the repeater when I was keying it up, then what would happen was there would actually be a delay between the time I keyed up the mic and the time the radio started transmitting audio, and the side tone would sound to tell me that the radio is like sending data and it's not ready to transmit audio yet. So that's what they do with over at the school bus space. That's what my driver's TK8180 does. That's what all the buses do over at the West Chicago base. But as you guys can see, when I key up the mic, the talk permit tone instantly sounds, indicating that it's not sending any kind of like data out, which is good because I definitely don't want to send any incorrect data that this radio may have programmed into it to a place that I don't even know. Technically, I really should stop transmitting on this. So that's just the first video I'm making of this thing, just to give you guys a good overview of it. Expect some new videos of this thing probably in the next few weeks once I do get the software for it. And you guys will definitely be expecting some school bus chatter on this thing, like with the signaling and the tones and everything. I'll be real excited for that. Expect a few videos of me calling in to Tracy for a check, to check the radio. So there is going to be a lot of cool things with this. And also stay tuned, because after I do get my ham license, this thing is going to be going on all ham channels. And again, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this, the antenna kit I got with this radio is not complete. I got most of it, but it's not complete. So it's just a tiny antenna that I'm not going to be able to use. I'm not going to be able to do too much with it anyway. So I'm just going to be going ahead and buying an antenna that's close to this. This is the antenna I got with the TK-862G back when I got it from Dad's work. So that's just what I'm using on the NX-800 for now. So I'm going to keep the TK-862's antenna on here, and the new antenna I buy for the ham radio is going to be going on here. So stay tuned. Neither of these radios will be going anywhere. But stay tuned for some awesome videos coming up in the near future here. Thanks for watching, and that'll be it.